What is going on, everybody? Justin Thomas here with a Westworld Season 2 theory video for you. If you have not already subscribed, make sure to do so now. This channel is the best channel for Westworld updates, theories, breakdowns, and live streams. Every Sunday night after Westworld goes off air, we come on air with our Before the Dust Settles after show that you can join in the fun with me, HaxDogma, and Debbie Sanna. Check out the link in the information below. Today we're going to be talking Westworld theories, and the theory is Emily equals Grace. So now, before we jump straight into Grace's cold open, which is also the reveal for The Raj, the sixth part of Delos Destinations, let's take a quick look back at episode 2 Reunion, which starts off with a cold open itself and a quite cold shoulder coming from Juliet, William's wife, who is present at the retirement party of James Delos. This scene probably takes place about 27 years ago from our current timeline, and features Dolores playing the piano with a character that comes up to her, much to her mother's displeasure, and lets her know that she's beautiful, must run in the family.
You are beautiful.
Why, thank you. What's your name?
Emily, come here, please.
So what's important about that scene is, I believe there's been quite a bit of retconning going on with Jimmy Simpson's young William's character. I believe it was the right choice for the show to make to further elaborate on what exactly is going on with William, and do have to go out on a limb here and say that the original 5-year outline probably did not include a second season of going into the younger versions of Logan and William. But needless to say, I'm very happy they've chosen to do so. But this also means that William's arc is going to have less and less to do with what is going on with Dolores. From the looks of it, it is going to have very little to do with it. And that makes sense. In Season 1, we witnessed the origins of the Man in Black, which included a, at sometimes, optimistic William, but a man that quickly turned to the dark side once he found pleasure, in a way that he'll later define as more real and having actual substance, even more so than the real world, the world in which his wife once resided in, and the world in which his daughter still resides in.
I've been pretending my whole life. Pretending I don't mind, pretending I belong. My life's built on it. And it's a good life. It's the life I've always wanted. But then I came here, and I get a glimpse for a second of a life in which I don't have to pretend. A life in which I can be truly alive. How can I go back to pretending when I know what this feels like?
Man in Black's arc is more than him gaming the park or being the hero or the villain. It's a journey inwards, just like with the hosts. That's what's great about Westworld. I don't like the Charlotte Hale is Bernard's daughter theory or any of the other theories that just kind of promote a family tree more than a theory, because they don't enhance our narrative. They don't do anything for our story. It's kind of part of Joy and Nolan's game, what they're known for. They are an illusionist to a point. They distract with one hand, and these non-linear narratives and unreliable narrators providing us with falsehoods and keeping us unsure, and all the time that we're being dazzled with these mysteries and fruitless ventures to a point, especially once you start counting all the different outfits Bernard has in one episode, which can be fun. But on that other hand, they're holding something far more significant, something with substance. Themes that are relevant to conversations that need to be had today, that are being had today. Questions of the philosophical nature, even theological. Questions of bioethics. Questions of just what it means to be human. Which in turn leads to me focus more on the larger story. So if I'm going to make a theory, I want it to enhance the narrative. I want it to do something for our characters. Most of all, do something for the overall theme of this show, which is a journey inwards, not only for the host, but for the humans. So we have to think, if the Man in Black totally destroyed his family. They left a daughter who, most likely, if not vengeful towards the man in black himself and possibly the park, ask questions and looking for answers, as we find ourselves all doing in Westworld. So Grace's character, when we pick up, we notice that she is not just a gamer or a expert guest. Yes, she is both those things, but that is not what she is. She has a agenda. She is there to figure things out. Whether this fits my exact narrative of her being Emily, the man in black's daughter, doesn't so much matter. It works every way, but I do enjoy it a little bit better if she does turn out to be Emily, since it would throw a wrench in the man in black's game, the game that he's been trying so hard to achieve, to be able to play for so long. The stakes are finally real, but let's give him some real stakes. Let's put his daughter in the park in this time of turmoil, and let's do it one better. She's not a damsel in distress either. Grace seems to know her way around a gun. Grace seems to know her way around the park. She shares her father's intellect, his curiosity. Now, is it for the same reason? I don't know. Is it for reasons of vengeance, to seek out some type of justice by destroying the park or aiding in this robot revolution? I would say no. I'd say Westworld writes better characters than that. Grace seems to be interested in the park for a reason more than to destruct it. It's possible she's looking to sell its secrets, yes, but I would say it's more, if you have a father that was so taken from this park and a mother that was taken from your life because of this, you'd want to know why. We all try to understand. We all try to understand in different ways. She's probably a lot more like her father than she thinks. We see a woman that reminds us immediately of the man in black. So let's lay out just some real simple supporting aspects of this theory. We first see her and she has a journal and she's taking notes, which you're actually not supposed to be doing, but we won't tell. She has marked down some significant symbolism that we have seen throughout the park, so she's taking note of the deeper plot at hand. She is also a loner of sorts, just like the man in black. She's in control, she's confident, she does like to enjoy herself, but she has a certain stigma against enjoying herself with a host. Now, we could take this as she's not a amateur gamer, so that's a rookie move to have relations with a host, or she's hyper aware of the collection of DNA, the larger scheme at hand. But I would say it speaks more to, from at least what we've seen, she has a certain disdain for having at least relations with a host, and that would make perfect sense if she is, in fact, Emily. When she's attacked by the Bengal tiger and washes up on the shore of Westworld, I'm proposing that not only has the Raj merged with Westworld, but the man in black's lives have finally merged in the place that he finds to be the most significant, where there are stakes, the place where everything adds up and everything matters, nothing is an accident. Well, Grace is no accident, and he can hide in the park and play games and chase a maze that was never for him, but I think Grace is opening a door that he would probably like to remain shut. But I think Grace is going to throw a wrench in his plans. He might find himself a little bit more conflicted when his worlds truly meet. And who's to say Grace is there to not just find out about the park, but find her father in a scenario where the stakes are real and people are losing their lives. I doubt it'll go that far. I also doubt she will be a nemesis of Dolores, but it's always a possibility. These all further our narrative. These all complete an arc. Grace could just as easily be an investigative journalist, or working for the competitors, or working for Delos themselves at some type of higher level. Obviously, Charlotte Hale is disposable. I think for everybody out there that's wanted a theory in getting that the man in black is William feeling again, that somebody is somebody else, well, let's have that somebody be somebody else that really makes that somebody else really matter. Grace is a great character. They introduced us to Grace. The Raj was just the backdrop. Grace means something. She is definitely the most prominent new character that we will see this season, even if my theory doesn't pan out. If you guys like that, make sure to subscribe, and always remember that Sunday, right after the episode airs, we will be going on with Before the Dust Settles, me, HaxDogma, and Debbie Sanna. Again, links are in the information below, and be on the lookout for new Westworld material on a day-to-day basis. I'm Justin Thomas, and I'll see you soon.
I think there's deeper meaning hiding under all that. Something the person who created it wanted to express. Something true.
if you're looking for the moral of the story, quite simply ask.